All right. Good morning, everyone. Happy Christmas Eve to everyone out there. I hope that you're all having a great holiday, celebration if you're into the celebration yet. Many people are preparing for a big celebration. Some people actually go out and do stuff on Christmas Eve. And I wanted to say Merry Christmas Eve to all of you. How's everyone doing today? What's going on? YouTube is busted. Why do you say that? Let's take a look. YouTube appears to be working. Actually, you know what's busted right now is Steam. Steam appears to be down. Like, you can actually access your library, but you can't actually look at games or do anything on Steam right now. It's just a black screen. So I guess people just bought too many of those winter deals. Crashed the whole deal. Crashed the whole darn thing. What's going on, everyone? Who do we got today? We got Emperor Ferbs, Clout Siffler, Tony Blue, Layla the Witch, War and Peace, Teacup. Chris is here, Trap Rats is here, Buzzawizzy, Chaos Goblin, Brian, Jade, good morning. Clearly not Jamie. Original Grant. Wow, we got a lot of people here. I'm shocked. Over on the kick side, the Lulu is not the Salulu. 220 is here. Shooting Stars Rock. DSP. I can't read that name. Lillian Voss. The Hylian Heartbreaker, or is it Hylian Heartbreaker? It's supposed to be Hyrule, so is it Hylian? I don't know. Welcome, everyone. I'm happy to have you here. If you are here indeed chilling with me, if you're watching on demand after the fact, welcome as well. I hope that you're having a great Christmas Eve today, or had a good one if you're watching it after. Doing pretty good. Yesterday's Christmas marathon was a pretty darn good one in my opinion. It was very relaxed. It was very chill. We played games. We did the gaming schedule for the next year. I had a lot of drinks. Some food was had. Some chill vibes. We had guests. It was a good show. Overall, I really enjoyed it. I think it was probably one of the best Christmas marathons I've ever put on because of the level of variety that was in it. It wasn't just one thing the whole day. It wasn't just about playing games or anything like that. And thankfully, it wasn't about raising money. Thank God. I didn't have to talk about that at all. I had so much fun just chilling and having a good time with all of you relaxing and enjoying holiday vibes, which is what it should be, you know? So how y'all doing? What's everyone up to? Hylian, is it Hylian or Hylian? I don't know how to say it. Heartbreaker says, I'm a huge Zelda fan. I've enjoyed watching your Twilight Princess HD Let's Play. Cool. That was actually a great one. I really liked Twilight Princess when they re-released it. What was it on? The Wii U, wasn't it? That was a good one. What's up, everybody? Captain DCW, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Alex from Phoenix, what's up? Koroxy Jr. says, I got a 4-day weekend after today. Can't wait. I got a 2.5-day time off, and then I'm back on Saturday myself. Tony Blue says, it's almost night already here. Almost actual Christmas. You're way ahead of me. It's only 11:17 a.m. for me, so I got a ways to go. The block says, I'm making a cranberry pie. I've never had a cranberry pie before. Would it be like really, really tart? Or do you add a lot of sweetener to it? Because I feel like if it was just pure cranberries, it would be like way too tart. Original Grant says, I'm going to see if I can go grab Cutwater before the store closes. It was good. The mango margarita, it's not really for me. But both the Mai Tai and the White Russian were delicious. They have like 4 other flavors, I think. I might want to try them all. They all seem pretty good. Chris says, is my voice out of sync? Let's check. Where's the mic thing here? Hold on. Is my voice out of sync? No. My voice is in sync through OBS. So unless YouTube is desynced somehow, my side is synced from what I can see. Tony Blue says, I started watching your videos since the Uncharted 2 beta. Thanks for the memories. Thanks for watching for so dang long. I mean, holy crap, right? I'm on sync on Kick. Thank you, 220.
What's the matter? Store wouldn't take your stolen credit card?
Alex from Phoenix with a $5 super chat says, I'm in Texas with family, but I wanted to chime in and just say Merry Christmas. I'm going to eat lots of tamales and pozole tonight. Yummy. My wife and I are trying to figure out what to eat today. And allow me to explain. So we've had this tradition that every Christmas Eve, we purposefully don't cook. Reason being, we're going to cook all day tomorrow. We're going to cook a big breakfast and a big dinner tomorrow. So we don't want to be cooking for tons of days in a row. So usually what we do is we order out for dinner. And traditionally what we would do is get Chinese food. There actually was a great Chinese restaurant right near us that we would always order from and get delivered. Once or twice we went there in person, but then COVID happened. And when COVID happened, the restaurant stopped taking sit-down customers. Like, dang, so they're only a takeout place now. So that was what we would usually do. But I'm not listening to this song. That's obnoxious. I just thumbed it down. We're going to another song. That's driving me nuts. Okay. So yeah, so this was basically our favorite thing to do on Christmas Eve, go to this Chinese restaurant. But a few months ago, on a whim, we said, let's order from them now. We only do it like once a year, but let's just order from them now. And we got it, and it was really bad. Like, it had changed completely. It went from being like high quality, fresh, unique cuisine to being the most generic, Americanized delivery slop. It was just really bad. It was like messy, and it didn't taste good. And we were like, what happened to this place? It used to be superb. So we think they got sold. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. All right, well, we're trying to figure out what to order. Like, we were like, oh, maybe we'll order pizza from this good place. Oh, no, they don't do delivery today. It's Christmas Eve. Like, oh. So I don't know what we're going to get. We're trying to figure that out. Yes, Jade, I will play Call of Duty today. What time? He's saying at 4 today you have to leave. What time is 4 o'clock for you? Like, what time is it for you right now, Jade? Because I don't know what time zone you're in. Because I'm going to play Call of Duty. I just don't want to play it for 4+ hours. You know what I mean? Like, I want to play for maybe an hour or two today. So I want to kind of do it at the end, but you may already be gone. Yes, 220. See, here's the difference. He says, but on Thanksgiving, you were streaming and you said your wife didn't want you to put your fingers in the cooking. What's different about Christmas? It's a valid question. On Christmas, the stuff that we're doing is a little different. For example, breakfast. We're having waffles. We're having turkey sausage, and we're having scrambled eggs. So I can easily make the waffles by putting them in the toaster, but my wife will work on the scrambled eggs, and either of us can warm up the turkey sausage, you see? Then after the fact, I'm going to help clean up. For dinner, she's making a big spiral ham and homemade mashed potatoes. So those are the things she's going to focus on, but I'll do the quick stuff. Like, I can easily warm up corn. I can get cranberry sauce. I can get rolls and, get the butter. That stuff I can do. As opposed to on Thanksgiving, pretty much everything she was doing was like hands-on stuff that she had to handle. And she didn't want me to mess with any of it, get in her way. So in this case, we're kind of going to like split the work, and I'm going to help with the, dishes and everything. So a little different because it's not as elaborate of meals for Christmas as it was for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, we had like 6-7 courses. So, okay. Now it's 1:21 for you, Jade. Okay. So you got to leave at 4. I'm pretty sure I'll start playing within 3 hours. Seriously. Like, right now it's what, 1:22? Like, probably at the latest I'll start playing. Maybe we'll start playing around 1 o'clock my time, which is an hour and a half. So you'd still be able to watch for at least like an hour before you got to go. Excuse me. Hold on 1 second. I must remember to use the button. This is a new thing I'm learning. I have been using it well this week. I got to keep it up. Use that button to kill the mic when I have to clear my throat and do this stuff. And right now I do have some yucky drip, so I might have to use that a lot today. We'll see. Must remember. No, the ham's not frozen. The ham is already in the refrigerator ready to go. We're good. Did we ask Santa for anything? No, we did not ask Santa for anything this year. We're just looking forward to having 2.5 days together. Like tonight, we're going to order out this food, and we're going to probably watch something Christmassy. We don't know what yet. We're going to see what's available on like Prime Video or whatever. Maybe have some wine. Who knows? Tomorrow, we're going to get up. We're going to make breakfast together. We're going to relax, listen to music, chill during the day. And then we're going to have a nice dinner and probably watch more Christmassy stuff. The next day, we're probably going to end up going out. Like the day after Christmas, I got to go grocery shopping and stuff anyway. But we might end up with a day out where we just go do stuff together out and about the day after Christmas. So it's going to be 3 completely different days. Today's like a half day. Tomorrow's more like a day at home to cook. The day after is a day out. So we got a bunch of stuff lined up, but that's good. Like, to be able to spend all that time with my wife is very, very good. It's rare when I get that many days in a row off, like almost never. would I get 2.5 days off. At most, I get 2. You know, so to have a little extra is a nice thing. No problem, Jade. Why do I use the word chill a lot? Because that's really what I want to emphasize these days, is that's what I'm all about. I'm not about stress. I'm not about rage. I'm not about drama. I'm about chill. Come by and relax with me. Let's have a good time together, hanging out, enjoying each other's company, good conversation, chill vibes, games, and fun. That's what it's all about here on this channel, and that's what I want it to be moving forward. Tony Blue, I'm not sure why. He says he wanted to super chat, but it won't work for him. My stream is monetized. I just wanted to check, because sometimes what happens is something will demonetize the stream and then people can't contribute. But nope, the stream is monetized. You should be able to super chat. If you can't, it must be on your end. At least I assume, because Alex from Phoenix did super chat 7 minutes ago. Yep, I agree. Let's wish the best for Poxy over on Kick. She apparently went into surgery, and, you know, no one's seen her yet, so hopefully she's doing well. Merry Christmas Eve to you, TX Shooter. How you doing, man? What are you up to? Any steering wheel games planned for the near future? No. We did see that trailer for that, is it Road Kings game? That supposedly is coming out next year, but I don't think it has a solid release date yet. It looked interesting, but it showed no gameplay. So I think that would be like the next one that maybe I'm interested in to use the wheel. But we don't know that much about it yet, so can't really, you know, speak to it yet. Real Life Loser says, is Tainted Grail on Monday? I think so. Hold on. Let me take a look at the schedule. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it on Monday. Yes, because here, okay, very brief schedule rundown. Today, we're just going to chill for a while, and I'm going to do some Call of Duty. That's the stream for today, okay? No stream tonight. I'm off for 2 days. I come back on Saturday. We will do a podcast to get caught up on the holiday, and we're going to do Pokemon Legends ZA DLC continuing. We haven't now done that in over a week. I want to play that first because we haven't done it in so long, and Routine will possibly conclude on that late stream. Then on Sunday, I'll skip the podcast so we can do a major stream of Clear Obscure, which, again, we didn't get to play this week. And then Mega Bonk will continue on the late stream. And then Monday, likely I'll do a podcast. We will do some Tainted Grail. And Monday night, I'm not even sure what to do yet. We could do Power Wash Simulator 2. We could actually do an Arc Raiders stream. I'm not sure what I want to do yet. So we'll think about it. Okay? But yeah, it looks like Tainted Grail will continue on Monday. Thank you so much, King Hippo. He says, Merry Christmas, Phil. Hope you and your family have a great holiday season and a Happy New Year. I appreciate that. You as well. Yes, I'm excited for more Expedition 33. That last stream was great, where we took on the Chieftain. What was his name? Golgra. That was a tough fight, but we got it done. And then we fought another super boss, and we're doing more optional content. It's fun. I can't wait to get back into it. But this week was such a short week because of the Christmas holiday. You know, I didn't get to play Pokemon or Expedition 33 at all this week. We're jumping back into them next week. Yeah, exactly. Hopefully we get information on the new Forza Horizon soon. That would be a great one to do with the wheel setup. Yeah. No problem, Professor Kovo. He says he watched me doing the Half Sword gameplay yesterday, and he was laughing. The game is wacky. It's like a dude with 2 noodle arms. He's like flapping them around like this, attacking and swinging stuff wildly. It's pretty zany of a game. Like, I think they did that on purpose. I do wish that the camera and controlling the arms wasn't the same. Like, it's all done by the mouse, and it doesn't really work that well because half the time the camera ends up moving and not stuck in a position where you can't see. So I wish that they would change that up a little bit with the control scheme. But outside of that, it's a wacky game. It's pretty funny. Jade, we don't know what we're getting for food. That's what I was just saying. We used to always order Chinese food from one particular Chinese restaurant, and we ate at there earlier in the year, and it was bad. And we're like, oh, crap, that's our stuff. That's our traditional place. And now we don't know where to order today. We totally don't know. But the thing is, there's tons of Asian food around here, but we eat it all the time. We get teriyaki. We get sushi. You know what I mean? Like, we get that kind of cuisine, like, all the freaking time. So it's just not that special to get it again today. That's why we usually save the Chinese food for now. And now the Chinese food near us sucks. So we don't know what to do. I don't know if I'll try it when it releases, Professor Kovu. It depends, I guess. If you guys want me to, I'm not opposed to it. But like I said, by the end of the video, man, the game has a lot of room for improvement. Like, the moment you face someone with the axe beats everything. It just cuts through every weapon and it almost insta-kills you. Like, that's not fair. How is that a balance? You know, what are they expecting? The game's not going to be played for more than just a viral stream or two unless they actually seriously, like, balance it. And right now, it's not. It's kind of a mess-around game, in my opinion, anyway. Man, I tried to get this camera to be even, and it's just not. Like, I'm trying to see. Let me try something. Hold on. That didn't work. It's not even. It's crooked. I'm trying to figure out how to make it even, because you can see if you look, you can really tell when you look up there that it's like angled, and I want to get it straight. And I tried yesterday and I failed. It's just a pain. It's like such a minor thing. Here, let me fix it. See, even there, it's not. Yeah, it's just not centered. Let's center it, and I'll actually make a programmed setting where it's fully centered. See, that's pretty good. I think for the podcast, that'll be the right height right there. So I'm going to program that in right now. There we go. That's programmed in as a setting that it remembers. But as you can see, if you look above my head, it's crooked. It's not straight. You can see this is higher than that, which means the tripod's not even. But I don't know what to adjust to get it to be even. I tried yesterday, and I just couldn't get it, you know, straight, and it just bothers me. Like, oh, hate that it's not straight. Can you see my crotch again? You want to see my crotch again? Oh, how exciting. Here we go. Ready? Festive fun. Oh, the monitor blocks my crotch. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Okay. Yeah, Jade, I like Plants vs. Zombies. I do. Like, it was fun to play it yesterday because I haven't played it in a very long time. So to play Plants vs. Zombies yesterday was actually quite fun. But I don't know how entertaining that is for the audience. I feel like that's a game I play as background noise while I'm hanging out with you and we have conversation. That I don't think will ever be like the focus of a stream. It really is kind of a background noise kind of game. Even back in the day when I had it my iPad and I played it on iPad, that's exactly how I played it. I'd be doing it while I was watching TV or something else was going on. You know, I never just sat there playing Plants vs. Zombies as the focus of my day, you know? No, I'm not giving up on Yakuza games, Tony Blue. I don't know what you're talking about. What did I get my wife for Christmas? I already bought her some stuff while we were out a couple weeks ago at the store. She saw some stuff that she was interested in. I said, look, I'll just get it for you. So she basically already got stuff for Christmas. I already told her if she wants anything else, I'll get it for her too. It's a little different than most people I know, but that's how we are. Like, we don't wait till Christmas to just drop gifts and be like, oh, here you go. You know, we just, if you want something, we just get it for each other. There you go. And that's, for most adults, it's probably like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the people who really focus on gift giving and everything around this time of year are like people who have children, because the kids want toys for Christmas and stuff, or, you know, a big gift, and that's the thing. You give it to the kid, they unwrap it on Christmas. Other people are just like, well, if you need something, we'll just get it. Yeah, it's Christmas Eve. I'm not expecting a big crowd today. For the record, I'm not expecting many people here today. I really, really would be shocked if we even top like 300 viewers on YouTube. I doubt we'll have a big crowd on Kick. It's going to be just people who have nothing to do and just want to hang out, which is the whole vibe of today. This is not a serious stream meant to be, oh, where's my attendance? Why is no one in? You know, it's not like that at all. This is probably the most relaxed stream of the year right now for me. The music's too loud, is it? Okay, I just lowered it a little bit. Thank you for letting me know. I think it's weird. I think it's weird that the music, it depends on the song. Some of the songs are just way louder than others. So I need to know if it's too loud, I can lower. I just did right now. You know what also is weird? So I've listened through speakers, and then I listened with headphones, and it sounds completely different. It's bizarre. Like, through speakers, the music sounds way lower. When you put headphones on, the music's way louder. But it's the same audio. So I guess that has something to do with the way that audio is represented through different kinds of, you know, speakers or whatever. Because I'm assuming headphones probably has more attention to detail than standard speakers. I don't know. Nothing Here 182 says, same here. My wife and I stopped exchanging Christmas gifts years ago. We just treat each other to food. Yeah, for us, it's more about spending time together. It's more important for us to be able to spend time together, to relax, listen to some music, have a drink, watch something. You know what I mean? Be with Jasper for the day. That's more important to us than like, oh, here's a gift, a physical thing. You know, it's not that big of a deal at all. Like a few weeks ago, we were out, and my wife needed some clothes. And I'm like, just get whatever you want. I'll pay for it. It's fine. You know, I'll get whatever you want right now, whatever you need. So she did. She bought some leggings. She bought like a dress. She bought this. Great. There you go. Merry Christmas, you know. It's not like, oh, we buy stuff, we have to wrap it, and you have to unwrap it on Christmas Day. That's, you know, again, that's what a family does with kids and stuff. You know, when you're a married couple and, you know, you live together all day, every day, it's not like, you know what I'm saying? It's a little different. I saw episode 2 of Fallout last night. Yes, I did. What's funny about it is they are really building the New Vegas suspense, are they not? Like, they're going to probably wait for the last couple of episodes, I think, for it to be actually in New Vegas. Because, we know, the first episode, it was the build-up explaining the Mr. House background story and stuff like that. Now, they're starting to show off Caesar's Legion and stuff like that. I'm like, damn, when are they going to get to the actual New Vegas? Yes, Yakuza Kiwami 3 next year, I'm not too interested in. You're right. I'm just not that interested in it. You know, we're so far past the older games, I don't really care to go back and play the Kiwami versions of the older games. Yeah, the weekly release thing, I think it's bothering a lot of people because a lot of these shows now, they drop in chunks. Like, for example, Stranger Things dropped 4 episodes. And then I think tomorrow, they're doing or today, either tonight or tomorrow, they're doing another like 3 to 4 episodes, and then the finale is on New Year's. So you can binge watch a bunch if you want. But with the Amazon Video stuff, they do 1 episode a week like it's on TV. So yeah, it could be a big wait to actually see content. And some people, I think, don't want to wait. You know, like, damn, why can't I just watch it now? Yes, that is true. Demolition Daddy says there's a lot of commercials. Yeah, the Amazon Video stuff is out of control. It's a 1-hour episode. No lie. There was like 6 commercial breaks. And each one was like a required 3-minute watch. Like, what the hell is this? Like, what? I'm paying for Prime Video, and now you're going to make me watch ads like this is regular TV? Like, this is out of control. What a bunch of assholes. What was the movie I mentioned with clones and personalities? Are you talking about Multiplicity? I think you're talking about Multiplicity starring Michael Keaton. I think that's what the one we talked about a few days ago. Yes, I saw that, Stuart. He says, did you see they said Fallout 5 would take place in the same universe as the TV show and either be at the same time or after the events of the show? Yes, essentially what has been said is that the show is now becoming the canon for the games, and I don't blame them because there's no games. You see, if there's no games out and they have no plans to put out a game anytime soon, this show is going to be all we get of Fallout for a long time. I would bet we're probably not going to get anything but the Fallout TV show for the next decade. And then finally, like 2040, they'll come out with a new Fallout game, and it'll be in line with the show because the show will have been the lore for the longest time. That's the smart thing to do, in my opinion, because if they said, oh, the show didn't matter anymore, like, then you'd be like, dude, 10 years, it's all we're watching. Now you're just telling those people who watched it just to forget about everything they just saw. That wouldn't make sense. I guess we'll have to see. So far, I like it. I liked episode 2. I did. Again, it is absolutely a slow build-up to what they're going to do. But right now, I like how it's going. And I'm looking forward to see how it goes. I liked how a lot of the Brotherhood focus was episode 2. And you're learning the ins and outs of the Brotherhood. And it answers the question about why are all these Brotherhood on the West Coast, and they seem to be completely disconnected from the Brotherhood we know that are East Coast from Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. So at the very end of episode 2, you get your answer. You're like, oh, okay. So now we know what's going down. Do I watch The Boys? I did watch The Boys, but I don't watch it anymore. I watched several seasons of it. I'll be honest, that last season was so atrociously bad, I couldn't even get through it. Like, The Boys started off as, okay, so this show is supposed to be a parody of superheroes. What if superheroes were real? And how would they be affected by greed, human emotion, control by corporations? Because in reality, it probably would be very different than what we get portrayed in comic books, right? In comic books, oh, the heroes are always completely independent. And they're all like, oh, truth, justice, and the American way, you know, goody two-shoes. In reality, they probably would never be like that. They'd be just as greedy, corrupt, and messed up as humans are in every way. So that's what The Boys was supposed to be. But within 2-3 seasons, it became political. Now the entire effing show is political. Like, I don't want to watch The Boys, and every episode is about how this political stance is right and this is wrong and this is a parody of what's actually going on in real politics. I don't care. That's it. They missed the point of the show by the time that they changed the entire show. I mean, the truth is, the show has completely veered from the plotline of the comic books, 100%, and is its own thing now. The comics actually went in a completely different direction with the plot and everything. I don't want to spoil for those who haven't read the comics, but the comics had this crazy twist that no one saw coming. And then next thing you know, it just had an abrupt ending, but it was very different than what the show is doing. So, wow, I received a $20 tip from You're Not Funny. Thank you so much, man. He says, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Thank you. You as well, You're Not Funny. Thank you for the support. Today is not really about that, but I appreciate it anyway. Thank you for supporting me and my content and the streams, man. Thank you. Any chance I would ever play Final Fantasy VIII? I don't know. I hate it. Like, I absolutely hate Final Fantasy VIII. I think that it sucks. But I haven't played it since the 90s, so maybe my opinion would change. I don't know. I just think the writing is terrible. Like, the whole idea of an RPG is it's supposed to be a great narrative that hooks you, and then there's gameplay elements tied in with it that, you know, you simulate that you're a character in the game. But if the plot sucks, you don't like it, then why do you even want to go back, right? And that's the thing with Final Fantasy VIII. Like, I hated it. I didn't ever want to go back. I thought it sucked. Yes, I saw Dr. Sleep, and I really liked it, the movie. Merry Christmas to you, Bellagat. How are you? Good to see ya. This is pretty funny. Do you guys think today when I play Call of Duty, will I do good on this new keyboard and mouse? Because this is actually a real gaming-grade keyboard and mouse this time. This is the Razer Viper V3 Pro. And this is the Asus ROG Azoth keyboard. They're supposed to be tournament grade. Or do you think I should be like, screw it, and just play with the pad? Just play with the Wolverine and see if I do better on there. I wonder, because if there's aim assist, maybe I'll do better on here. I don't know, man. I just don't know. Jade says anime shows are doing that on Prime, 1 episode a week. I think, honestly, I think the reason they do that is because that's how most animes have been releasing, is 1 episode a week. In fact, wasn't it just announced that finally, after like over 20 plus years, One Piece is finally going to stop being a weekly anime? And now it's just going to be half the amount of episodes, but the show will probably be better because there'll be less filler. That's just been a crazy, like, traditional thing of animes. It's always, you need a new episode every week. 1 a week. What's up, Flat Man? Did you see we're supposed to get snow? No, I did not look at that. Let's see. No, we're not getting snow here. Where I live, we are getting rain. And it's going to be in the 40s. So no snow for me. But there may be snow for people who it'll be cooler, but not here. Yeah, Crow, it's the Razer ROG. Excuse me. It's the Asus ROG Azoth. A-Z-O-T-H. That's the keyboard I got. I was looking for a keyboard that was a gaming grade keyboard that was rated very highly. But I didn't want to go top of the line because then you're paying for pretty much nothing. And I saw that I think there's a better version of this one that just came out. But I looked at the reviews and everyone reviewing it was like, it's not any better than the old model. It's more expensive because it's the new model. But with the features it has, it's literally, it's the same performance as the old model. So if you can get the old one, get the old one. And I was like, oh shit, I'll get the old one then. Why am I going to spend like way more money for something that doesn't do anything different? So we'll see. This mouse is insanely light and seems to be very, very responsive with the aiming. So we'll see how it goes today. Doesn't it stand for Republic of Gamers? I think it's Asus Republic of Gamers. That's their gaming division of products. That's what it stands for. Did I watch X-Men? I watched the X-Men cartoon in the 90s. I saw most of the X-Men films up until the last 2. Like, I didn't see Apocalypse or the next Dark Phoenix saga. The second one they made. But everything else I've pretty much seen. Can I finish Five Nights at Freddy's 2? I don't remember that. How far we got? Wasn't it 1 that I almost beat? I think we almost beat Five Nights at Freddy's 1. I don't think we got that far in 2, did we? I don't remember. Am I going to get Ace Combat 8? I don't know. It wasn't on the release dates yet that we looked at yesterday, was it? I didn't see it. Yeah, I did. I knew that the X-Men cartoon basically has been continued and called X-Men 97. That I did not see. No, I don't know anything about a poop killer franchise, FF9000. I don't even believe that exists. That's ridiculous. Yes, I've seen the Jackie Chan Drunken Master film a couple times. Long time ago, though. I haven't seen it anytime recently.
What's the matter? Store wouldn't take your stolen credit card?
Thank you, Tim. Alberg with the $5 super chat says, would you finish Sun Wukong or you didn't like the game overall? Sun Wukong is a game. It's one of those games that the beginning is actually quite strong, but as you get further into the game, you realize the game doesn't have much substance. So, kind of the opposite of a lot of games. Today, a lot of games have like the worst intros. They're so boring, but then later in the game, they're good. A game like that would be Days Gone. Days Gone had the worst intro ever. 12 hours of slog, and then all of a sudden it gets good. In the case of Sun Wukong, or was it Black Myth Wukong is what you're talking about, right? The beginning is actually really good. It throws you right into the fray. You're learning combos and abilities. You're fighting awesome monsters. The locations look great. The bosses are cool. But the problem is by the time you get to the third or fourth chapter, you realize the entire game is kind of the same. It's just kind of a very boring world that doesn't have much going on in it. The only reason you go to a new area is to seek the next mini-boss that's waiting for you. And outside of that, there's like no interesting stuff in the environment. There's no real puzzles. The platforming is boring. Like everything's boring. It just becomes basically a mashing combat game, and that's it. So the visuals for me were the best part of the game. The game looked gorgeous on PC, but outside of that, once I got into the meat of the game in like chapter 4 or 5, it was right after that prison stage. I was so bored. I wasn't having fun with it at all anymore. I'm like, why do I want to keep playing this? I'm just bored to tears. And the audience agreed. The audience, this was during my big increase in attendance and support because of Kino Casino last year. So understand that I was getting like a big boost. And even that audience was like, this game sucks. They stopped coming. They're like, nah, this game's boring. So, you know, it was kind of a big consensus between all of us that the game was just not that good and was very overhyped. Isn't that all FromSoft games, says Ghost of Jay? No. FromSoft games, the ones that don't have an open world, so I'm not talking Elden Ring, but any FromSoft game usually has a handcrafted world where everything is big attention to detail, it's very produced, it's very intentional for you to experience it in a certain way. You see what I'm saying? Like when you go through the world of Dark Souls, there's an enemy around that corner that jump scares you and might kill you and push you off a ledge. There's a boulder that rolls down the staircase that you have to dodge. There's a scripted event that's going to happen here that you know surprises you. There's a big gauntlet of enemies in a hallway that you must get through, and it's very tough because of this or that. It's all purposefully designed to be meaningful. The world of Black Myth Wukong is completely empty. Like, there's no meaning to any of it. It's just a waste of your time to walk through it. Really. Like, literally, what Black Myth Wukong could have been was one hallway with endless enemies in it. Couple normal enemies, mini-boss, normal enemies, mini-boss. It's the same game. Because none of the world design is unique or means anything. It's just boring. It's just a time waster. Complete different feel from the handcrafted challenge of a FromSoft world. So I think that's what they need to get better at. Like, if they make another one or two of these games, maybe they'll make the world more interesting and meaningful, and then the game will be better. But, dude, I don't want to run around a giant empty snowfield for 2 hours, fight 17 mini-bosses, and then just that's the end of the stage. Like, that's fucking boring as shit. Like, why do they make it like that? Yes, the villain, I know. He says, can't wait for you to fight the hardest boss, Simon, in Expedition 33. Everyone's been bringing up Simon since earlier this year. I really know nothing about him, thankfully. I'm not spoiled. And, you know, it'll be interesting to when I get to him. Hopefully I'm you know, able to handle him. I don't know. Ortega, how you doing? Happy holidays to you, man. Oh, no, I got a big yawn. Whew, maybe I'll need another cup of coffee before we jump into Black Ops for today. So what's everyone up to today? What is everyone doing? For me, I'm doing this stream, and then right after this stream, I'm ordering some food with my wife. We're going to relax and eat. And then after that, we're just going to kind of have a relaxing evening. We're going to watch some Christmas stuff. We already were talking about what it should be. Should it be, I don't know, the Polar Express? Should it be Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas? Should it be Home Alone? We're going to watch some stuff tonight. Maybe have some wine later and relax. And then tomorrow is a day of cooking. All day long, good food. Before we have probably a day that's going to be out and about on Thursday. Or, excuse me, on Friday. So what are you guys up to today? Like, particularly, what do you do on Christmas Eve? No, Another Crab's Treasure was not an empty field like Black Myth Wukong. It was actually handcrafted, and it was designed well, and the world was very engaging, much like Dark Souls. In fact, I would argue Another Crab's Treasure was kind of a hybrid because it had like platforming elements, like another genre entirely added in. So it was kind of like Sekiro, but almost like a PS2 era platformer thrown in with FromSoft combat. It was way better designed than Black Myth Wukong. No exaggeration. It actually was a better game than Black Myth Wukong. Jason, thanks for $10. My life is great. I'm sad that, you apparently are miserable. That you think that you're going to come on my stream and throw money at me and, like, try to tell me that my life is bad or sad. My life is amazing. My life is much better than a lot of people's, and I'm very grateful for that, and I know that. The fact that you're coming on my stream and throwing money at me to then try to be toxic on Christmas Eve, I think says a lot more about you than it does about me, doesn't it, buddy? I wish you the best. I hope that your life gets better for you, that you won't come on people's streams and try to be toxic to them on a holiday. Watch Die Hard 1. I like Die Hard 1. I don't think my wife is going to be watching Die Hard 1 for the holiday here. Any favorite Christmas memories? What's my favorite gift that I was not expecting at all? A gift I wasn't expecting at all. That's a tough one to remember, because here's the thing. You don't really remember those, right? Like, if it's a gift you weren't expecting at all, so you weren't anticipating it or whatever, it's going to be hard to be memorable, as opposed to the gift that you really wanted, right? And then you got it, and it was like a special time. That's different, right? Jason did another $2 super chat and tried to be toxic again. I mean, dude, I have to reiterate something. You're the person coming to someone's stream who's being positive and having a good time with their viewers on a Christmas Eve holiday, and you're the one being negative. No one else here is negative but you. Did you notice? Like, look around you, dude. You're the only one who's upset. Everyone else is having a great time. So, again, I wish you the best. I'm sorry that apparently your life is miserable, and this is how you spend your time on a holiday, man. It's almost 2 o'clock your time, Jade. That's right. And you said you got to leave at 4. So we'll probably within an hour, I'll start playing Call of Duty. We'll do some Call of Duty stuff. I don't know if I'll do it the whole stream. Maybe we'll play some Call of Duty, and then we'll just come back and chill for the end. We'll see. Well, thank you, Robbie. I appreciate that. He says, I probably can't stay for the whole stream, but I want you to have a good one. Thank you, Robbie. Crow says, what's your favorite Christmas memory? Mine was getting a Sega Genesis and Sonic 1 when I was young. It's like I said, the best Christmas that I remember as a kid was the Christmas I got my Super Nintendo. Because that was just like the perfect combination of you get the Super Nintendo, you hook it up, you start playing Mario World. The house is smelling great because my mom was making all of this food. The Christmas music was playing throughout the house. You could hear just a very positive holiday vibe. And then it was like, okay, it's dinner time. You go down, you eat dinner. Have some dessert, and you go right back up and play more Mario, and like it's the best game ever, paired with like the best vibes ever. That's for me, that's like the one I remember the most. But in general, see, I don't have like a specific memory. I just remember the things we would do. Like we had a big Christmas tree in the living room with a nativity, and sometimes we had a train that would go around it, but it broke after a few years. But it was nice when we had the train that went around there. It was actually one of the ones that had the little steam that came out of the top. It was pretty neat. And we always had music playing in the living room. We actually had a speaker set with a record player. This was before they even had tapes. We had a record player that would play Christmas carols and stuff. It was just a good vibe. Like, I love that holiday vibe. And so, food all around, popcorn balls, petite fours, holiday-themed candies and stuff. Little, what are they called? Torronis? Yeah, Torronis, which is the Italian nougat candies. Those are like a traditional thing for Christmas that we used to have in the house. Happy Christmas to you, Chris. He says, I'm at my family's. We just had Chinese food. I'm glad you enjoyed. I don't know if we're going to get Chinese this year. It kind of stinks. It's something that we look forward to every year, and now there's probably no good Chinese food left here anymore. How do you guys like my final holiday attire? This is it. I saved this sweater specifically for today. My final Christmas sweater. So that makes, let's see. Oh, my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I have 6 to 7 Christmas sweaters now. And I have 2 Christmas t-shirts. No, 2 Christmas sweatshirts. A Christmas t-shirt and a Christmas button shirt. So I'm really building up my Christmas repertoire of stuff, man. Thank you. Amu says, peak Christmas sweater, and I am jealous. It's very cozy. It is. Like, this neck. See, it's like, it's not a regular sweater neck. It's like that doubled up neck you fold over. It's like a blanket around your neck. It's very comfortable. Very comfortable. War and Peace says, what are some of your favorite Christmas marathon stream moments from over the years? Oh, man. Again, I've been doing this marathon. I want to think, when was the actual first year that I did it? Let me see if I can even figure that out. Here we go. Here's 2025, 2022, 2019, 2017. Then I called it the Holiday Gaming Marathon. So maybe 2017 was the first year? Might be. I'm looking here. Yeah, I don't see anything before 2017.
Store wouldn't take your
So perhaps that was the first year that I did it.
stolen credit card.
Yeah, I called it Holiday Gaming Marathon 2017. And oh, this one we did Nights into Dreams, actually. I remember that. Last year I ended the marathon wearing the Santa outfit. That was funny. Yeah, so I think I've been doing it. I mean, if I've been doing it since 2017, that's been what, 8 years now? That's a lot to cover, you know? See, I did some Christmas specials over the years. But those were marathons. That was just, oh, I did like an edited video or whatever. I see that. Yep, that's, I think, what I see here. That was the first one. Yeah, we did PUBG. Wow, in 2017, we did PUBG. Jeez. Interesting. Anyway, so like what would be my favorite memories? Nothing in general. Like, for example, I just like hanging out with people and having a more relaxed holiday atmosphere where people are feeling good. I like when we're doing a stream, but it's not necessarily, it's not a situation where we have to do like, oh, we're playing a game today, we have to make progress in it or anything like that. I like the more laid back streams, and the Christmas marathon is very much that. So, well, see, Double Wubba, I'm sorry, he's very upset. He says he has to spend Christmas with his wife this year. I'm sorry that you see that as a negative. There may be a problem there. Perhaps you should think about that situation and try to remedy it, because if you think spending time with your wife is a bad thing, I'm sorry. Like, I think spending time with my wife is a very good thing. I really enjoy it. Santa's Sleigh starring Bill Goldberg. Oh, what a holiday classic. Definitely got to check that one out. Oh, man. Yeah, I think I need a coffee. Oh, man. I think I should get a coffee. If I'm yawning like this, we haven't even started doing anything yet. I think I should go get a coffee. Yikes. Did I ever do Christmas Eve Mass as a kid? We would go to church at some point. Sometimes there would be a Christmas Eve Mass. Sometimes there would be, I think there was a Christmas Day we would go. But we would either Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, at some point we would go to a Mass. Being that I was raised Roman Catholic, yes. I agree, the villain. He says, Dragon Quest VII would be a fun experience. I remember Dragon Quest XI was one of your best playthroughs. I would love to play the Dragon Quest VII remake next year. I really would. When was it that it comes out? We put it on our list. Hold on. It comes out February 5th. I would love it. It looks good to me. Like, the graphics look good to me. I like how it looks remade and everything. I just don't know if it would work. Like, probably throughout the month of January, we'll be going through Expedition 33 and wrapping up and beating all of that optional content that we didn't get to in the original run. So that will be fun to do, I feel, over the month of January. But let's say, for example, we wrap that up in early February. Are people going to want to go right into another RPG like that? Like, I'm okay with it if that's the case, but I don't know. People might say, oh, RPG overload. Keep in mind that with my audience, it's been tough to get people to come by and hang out and engage and support with these kind of RPGs. Right now, I'm very pleased that the Expedition 33 is working because it did not work earlier this year, and now it is. So I guess we'll see. Like, I'm down for it. I would love to play another Dragon Quest game. That's the one coming out next year. I guess we'll see what happens, but I would be excited for it. It looks great. Like, the remake looks great. The way they've redone the graphics and everything. I really like how it looks. I guess here's the next big question. What's going to be the next big indie game that comes out of nowhere, shocks everyone, and is really, really good? Because take a look at some of the games I'm playing now, like Mega Bonk and stuff. Like, damn, it's a damn good game. It's fun to play every once in a while. What's the next one? Is it going to come out of left field and shock everyone again? Because I mean, looking at the game release schedule for next year, I'm not seeing too much in the big realm of AAA games outside of like Resident Evil or, like Grand Theft Auto 6 or maybe Pragmata. Like, there's not a lot of AAA games that are looking too great. Do I think Christmas has become more consumerist over the years? Yes. It always does. That's what happens with these things. They become more mainstream. Christmas originally was a religious holiday. It was supposed to be the birth of Christ. And then that got changed. And what happened is Christmas, like a lot of these holidays, it became a merging of different cultural things. It was the birth of Christ, but there was also the winter solstice. And they took the two events and slapped them together to become one amalgamated event that's now overly commercialized like crazy. So now when you say Christmas, is it supposed to be about the birth of Christ, Santa Claus bringing presents, this holiday spirit that everyone's supposed to have? What is it? Is it winter coming in with snow? Like, what is it? I don't know. Because there's so much that it's been associated with, it's just really hard to put your finger on it. Just take a look at my decorations, right? Just take a look at the animation. So you got a Christmas tree, followed by Santa, followed by what? It's like a million things. Like, what actually is the focus? And the thing is, I think a lot of people will just give you different answers. You know what I mean? When does Hellraiser come out? I don't know. We didn't see that in the game releases for next year. We saw the Halloween game, but not Hellraiser. Did I ever swap gifts with another kid? What do you mean, like a Secret Santa deal? There's been Secret Santas before at like school, but also at like offices that I worked at and stuff. But did I ever specifically swap gifts with a kid, like intentionally, like, oh, here, Merry Christmas or anything? No. How's the dog today? Cookie is good. Cookie's excited. It's almost Christmas. What's the game where you mix up gifts to get a random gift out of the pile? I don't know about that one. I've never heard about that. I heard about Secret Santa. Secret Santa is basically you get assigned someone. Like, let's say you worked in an office, and the office has 30 employees. So everyone throws their name into like a hat, and then you pull the name out of the hat. You see the person, oh, okay, and then you got to buy a great Christmas gift specifically for that person. So, for example, let's say you pull someone, and this person is an avid coffee drinker, so maybe you'll get them a nice coffee mug, or maybe you buy them a gourmet roast bag of coffee or something like that. Like, that would be your Secret Santa gift. But the thing is, you don't actually say who you are. Like, you just buy the gift, and they get it, but they don't necessarily know that you bought it for them. You see? Christmas Eve traditions, we already talked about it, that my Christmas Eve tradition, well, when I was a kid, the Christmas Eve tradition is that we would visit one side of the family. We would actually go over to my great aunt and uncle's house. They were the parents of my godfather and his family, which was him and his wife and his 3 daughters. And then also there was my godfather's brother, who was technically not my uncle, but I called him Uncle Michael. So he would be there. And then the parents of both of my parents of my godparents would be there. So like 2 sets of kind of grandparents, but they weren't really my grandparents. They were my great aunts and uncles. Okay. And then, geez, who else would be there? A lot of people would show up usually. Sometimes my dad's sisters, but sometimes not. Because what happened, like I said, it was like 2 sides of the family. So that was the side of the family. I'm trying to remember now. That would be the Christmas Eve. That's right. We would always go over to their house on Christmas Eve, and we would have good food. My great aunt would make all kinds of good food. Fried dough and fresh stuff for that day. Pasta, meat, roasted meat and stuff. Oh, man. I remember we had like roast beef and turkey and stuff. That was really delicious. And then my great uncle would dress up like Santa Claus, and he would come out and say, ho, 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 and he would have these ginormous stockings full of presents for me and my second cousins, who again were the daughters of my godfather. So it was like me and 3 other girls. I say other girls. Me and 3 girls. I'm not a girl. I said that wrong. Now everyone, of course, will clip that. Oh, you said 3 other girls. Well, me and 3 girls, we would all be given these stockings full of presents that we would unwrap or whatever right there. And the thing was, these were not presents you asked for. These were basically just presents that they would get. So it would be generic stuff, like a generic toy, candy, maybe a gift card to go somewhere and spend, stuff like that. Like that would be the stuff that would be in that stocking. Okay, so that would be my Christmas Eve. And then Christmas Day is when I would spend time with my family. We would have a nice breakfast together, open presents, and then spend the day with the presents. And then what we would do is later on in the afternoon, sometimes go to church or go visit the other side of the family. So that included my dad's sisters. I believe my mom's. I'm trying to remember on my mom's side. She always called her Auntie Aggie. So I think it was my mom's aunt. I forget because it's so long ago. Like, it's so freaking long ago. Okay. But yeah, like we would visit the other side of the family that afternoon, and we would get some gifts from that side of the family too. And then we would come home and have a big Christmas dinner together. Okay. It really depended. We didn't do that every year, but for a lot of the times, that's how it was. And then what ended up happening, like I've told you guys, is that at some point, there was a giant falling out in my family where a lot of my family members just refused to talk to each other anymore. And I have no clue what caused it. Like, I was not involved in it. I was actually, I think purposefully, I was kept out of it because I was never involved in any family drama. I had my own thing going on. You know, I was the only boy in the family. Like I said, my godfather had 3 daughters. So for me, it was just like, I was into video games. I was into comic books. I was into that kind of stuff. They were completely into other things. You know what I mean? So all the drama and stuff, I was like so separated from. So I don't even know why there was a big argument in the family. Everyone just started hating each other and not wanting to talk to each other, not wanting to spend time with each other anymore. Like I specifically remember, like my godfather would go to visit his parents, but then like the rest of the family wouldn't. It was the weirdest thing. Like we all used to go to my great aunt and uncle's house. Then all of a sudden, there was no one went there anymore. So then my godfather would go there alone without his family. It was so weird. I don't know what happened. So anyway, yeah, sad. But so then, because we didn't do family stuff anymore around the holidays, my parents said, let's start doing a new tradition. And like I told you, my dad's favorite Christmas movie is A Christmas Story. And in that story, their dinner, this turkey, gets eaten by their neighbor's dogs, the Bumpus Hounds. So they have no dinner for Christmas. So instead, they go to a Chinese restaurant that's open on Christmas, and they eat Chinese food for Christmas dinner. So we started doing a tradition that we would, on Christmas Eve, we would go out to a Chinese restaurant and eat Chinese food for Christmas dinner. And we did that for many years. First, it was a restaurant that was near us that, interestingly enough, it used to be a Pizza Hut. And the Pizza Hut went out of business and then this place moved in. It was very high-end, like Chinese cuisine, like duck. They had something was called plum duck. It was like roasted duck breast with the skin on, and you would dip it in like a sauce, and it was so delicious, like the gourmet level Chinese food, not just like typical American stuff. We did that for many years, and then they closed. So then we had to start driving, and we went way further out, like almost an hour away. There was a really good place that was Chinese, and it was big, huge interior, great decorations and everything, like a really nice restaurant. And we did that for many, many years. And then I moved. And then come to find out, even that one went out of business. So even if we had kept that as a tradition, I had never moved, we would have had to find somewhere else because that one went out of business too. It's like, damn, what happened with all these Chinese restaurants going out of business? So yeah, those are my traditions, when I was growing up for like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day stuff. So what are you guys up to today? Like some people are saying you're already with your family, you're already eating and doing stuff. Anyone cooking, anyone baking, anyone preparing for like a big family get together? Like people are going to show up either tonight or tomorrow, and so you're like doing prep work and stuff. There you go. Here's a question too. What was your practice of gift opening? Because in my house, at first, it was all gifts open on Christmas Day. No exceptions. Then over the years, it got more lax, and it was like, okay, you're allowed to open one gift on Christmas Eve, but the rest on Christmas Day. Like that was the thing. Tommy says, it's the afternoon. I have to start work soon. I'm hosting, doing prime rib roast and turkey. Wow, you're doing double prime rib and turkey? Damn. You must have a big oven. Holy crap. Crow says, not yet. I work on stuff tomorrow. There you go. Everyone's a little different. Nigel says, I'm baking pies, pasta salad, and I'm listening to you. Cool. What kind of pies? Fruit pies? Or like hearty pies? Like a dinner pie? That's interesting. Anti-consumer practices says, I'm prepping some oxtail, baking pies, and having drinks. Well, I have to believe that oxtail is good, but the one time I had it, it was absolutely disgusting. So I probably will never eat it again. If you don't know, it was a few years ago. I did an episode of, I don't think it was DSP Tries It. It might have been like Feasting with Phil. And I ordered an oxtail pho from a Vietnamese restaurant. And it smelled like gym socks. Like I opened it, I was like, oh my God, the aroma is revolting. And I literally took one nibble. I was like, oh, it was like rancid. Dude, I can't eat that. So maybe I just had a really bad experience with it. Because, you know, from that preparation or whatever. And maybe it actually is good. Yes, anti-consumer practices is oxtail in African stew or Caribbean stew is great. There you go. So maybe I had like the worst version. You have to work tomorrow all day, the villain. What on earth? On Christmas Day? You have to work on Christmas Day all day. That is awful. The only people who should have to work Christmas Day are police, firefighters, emergency workers, medical workers, like that stuff. Like the absolute necessary things to keep stuff going. I really hope that you have a necessary job to be working Christmas Day. That's ass. Captain DCW says he's going to be going to Golden Corral for Christmas dinner. Oh, I didn't even know they did Christmas dinner at Golden Corral. I think I've only been to Golden Corral once ever, if I remember correctly. Just once. And it was a long time ago, and the food was just okay. You are an essential worker? All right, fair enough then. If you're an essential worker, I wish you the best working on Christmas. Folt Jam did a $2 super chat. Says, can I have a sip? A sip of what? My filtered water that I'm drinking today? I mean, if you really want filtered water, go for it, I guess. Like I said, I may very well have some drinks later tonight. Maybe some wine with my wife or something. But that'll be much later tonight. Indeed, Merry Christmas to you, man. Good to see you. How you doing? Can you actually DoorDash stuff on Christmas? I don't know. I'm not going to try to DoorDash anything on Christmas. We're going to be cooking for ourselves. Today, we are going to order something for dinner for Christmas Eve, but we don't, Christmas, we're going to do ourselves. Are there any Christmas foods or activities I wish were all year round? See, here's the thing. As much as people like to say, well, Christmas should be all year round, it should be all the time. The reason that Christmas is special, just like everything, is because it comes once a year, right? If something becomes too commonplace, then it's not special anymore. So, for example, a lot of the things that we do as Christmas traditions that are just, decorating a Christmas tree or singing Christmas carols or eating certain kinds of food. If we just did it all the time, then why would it be? It wouldn't be special. It would just be a normal thing and it wouldn't be a big deal anymore, right? And I think that's what I've been trying to do with my content. Like, a lot of people are like, well, if you did this one piece of content and it was super successful, why don't you just do it all the time? Well, because if you do it all the time, it's not something people look forward to anymore because it's just going to happen at any moment as a normal thing. You see what I mean? So maybe Christmas does work because it's a once-a-year holiday. And we do all these special things. We go all out for it. We spend a lot of money on presents and food, and we do all that. You know what I'm saying? Yorkshire puddings. I never had a Yorkshire pudding. I wonder if I would like it. That's the big bread thing, right? Yeah, I wonder if I would like it. You're Not Funny says, should I go see Avatar? And then Jack Mayhoff says, I heard Avatar was bad. No, you didn't hear Avatar was bad. Avatar is bad. It always was bad. It's just that when Avatar 1 came out, we didn't have the level of technology and 3D animation and stuff that we have now. So when it came out, it blew everyone away, and everyone just ignored the fact that the plot was atrociously bad, stolen from things like Pocahontas and Dances with Wolves and way other like derivative works that are just like the same exact plot, and that there's nothing original about it at all. People are just like, ooh, purdy, ooh, purdy, ooh, purdy. So then when The Way of Water came out, what was that, like 2-3 years ago? since it had been over a decade since the original Avatar came out, I think a lot of people were just very skeptical but wanted to see, would people still care? And just on that curiosity factor, they went and saw it. So you have a movie that had groundbreaking CGI but an awful plot, a movie that's a sequel to a movie from a decade ago that was record-breaking, and you just have curiosity. Now you have the third one. And now with this third one, what's happened is that whole layer of mystique around Avatar is gone. No longer is it even groundbreaking CGI. It looks the same as everything else now. So you're not going for the amazing graphics and pretty effects. You're not going for the plot because the plot has always sucked. So what are you going there for? That's why people actually are finally saying Avatar sucks. And now what's happening is people are going back to the last two and analyzing them with a modern mindset and saying, these also sucked. Yes, they always did. They were always overrated. They were never good. But people had the wool pulled over their eyes and spent all this money and acted like it was some amazing, groundbreaking thing when it really wasn't. Stuart says, I remember seeing a post that was like, it's kind of crazy. So many people saw Avatar, but no one can actually explain to you the plot of it. Yeah, because the plot is so already rehashed and done, right? Invaders or newcomers to a new land show up, and rather than respecting the native people and the culture and the resources, they want to exploit it. They want to take it over. They want to use it and own it for themselves. And so they basically try to control it. And then there's a split between the native people living there and these people who are the newcomers and invaders. The story's been told a zillion times. Like I said, Pocahontas, Dances with Wolves, I can keep going. Any of these like Native American style stories, it's been told a zillion times. It's really dumb that people didn't understand it was the same plot again. I'm shocked people weren't calling them out for it when it came out. It's exactly the same movie you've seen already like 4 times. Just it was pretty. That was the difference. What is the next DSP tries it? Good question, because we have no idea. We weren't going to do one this week. And then my wife on the fly yesterday said, hey, let's just try Jimmy John. So I said, what the hell? We'll just do an impromptu DSP tries it. So we did. Yeah, I don't know what the next one will be. I'd like to see, like, if you guys know of new stuff that's coming out, like new collabs or new special menus or whatever at places, I'd like to know about it, because we're going to probably do it next week, probably early next week. But at this point, I have no clue. Well, Theo, I do hope that you have a great Christmas then. You know, I'm sorry to hear about your loss, but, you know, at least you do have some people to spend Christmas with. That's good to hear. Merry Christmas to you, Mark. For him, it's already Christmas morning. He says he got himself a PS5 Pro. There you go. Sometimes you just got to do it for yourself. Give yourself the best gift, because you know what's the best gift for you, because you know what you want. Well, Play Cool seems to also be a person who's upset I'm not going to try Yakuza 3 Kiwami. The thing is, let me put it this way. I'm not against it, but I feel like I've played so much Yakuza at this point that if I want to play them, I want to play the new ones. I don't want to go back down and play the old ones. Honestly, I just don't think there's much of an audience for it. I could be wrong. If people really, really want to see me play Yakuza 3 Kiwami, I'll consider it. I don't feel like that's going to be a major demand thing. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong many times, right? I've definitely been wrong many times. So I guess we'll see. What was the release date of that again? February 12th. Here's the other problem. It's February again. And again, I got to put this into perspective. I'll put it on my list for now. Okay, but I got to put it into perspective. All of January, I'll be doing Expedition 33 post-game stuff that I missed. Then, at the very beginning of February, there's Dragon Quest VII Reimagined on February 5th. Do you really think the audience is going to stick around to watch the Dragon Quest and Yakuza 3 Kiwami at the same time? I'm just saying, they're both going to be insanely long RPG-style, drawn-out games. I don't know. I'm not convinced. Maybe it will. They are different. Don't get me wrong. Those are completely different styles of game. I would love to play both of them. I got it on the list now, since there seems to be some desire to see me play it. Okay? Yes, I do have interest in that Gang of Dragon game. That looks pretty good. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm more interested in that because it's new. Or if there's a new Yakuza game, a new game that's like that I'm interested in. Not really going back and you know, playing a game that's just being rehashed with more modern graphics and some balances for a modern audience. You know what I mean? Exactly. The RPG overload is definitely a concern. You know, we definitely have new viewers and more engaged viewers coming by in the last month. And that's amazing, right? Look at the difference that it's made in the content. I think we're all seeing it together, right? But are those people going to be around? And are those people going to be, you know, there for all of this stuff? Or is it going to be another case where we get overloaded with too much of the similar or same content? And I don't want to be doing 4 or 5 games at a time that are all 60-hour games and we don't beat them for 3 months. You know, the thing is, I definitely need to start having more flexibility. If a hot new game drops, a new indie game that everyone's talking about, I need to be able to check it out and play it, not say, oh, I'm inundated with 5, 6, 7, 8 other games. I can't play anything new right now. I need to have that level of flexibility to try something new. Or on the flip side of that, if it's not working anymore, to drop something, right? Like right now, I'm playing Arc Raiders and Mega Bomb. If I start streaming them and people don't like them anymore and people aren't showing up or whatever, then I got to say, all right, move on. I can't just keep doing the same stuff over and over at length. I need to realize that I do need to be able to adjust on the fly. Emulation, I don't know, because people have brought up emulation ever since I got my PC over a year ago, but we haven't really gotten around to it, nor does it have seemed to have been a problem. Like, I feel like the reason we would want to do emulation is because there's an old game that for some reason right now is really in demand and there is no other way to play it. And there's also nothing else going on. Right now, it seems like there's just a lot going on in games where I don't need to rely on, oh, let's go back to the classics with emulation. There's enough new stuff to play that it's not a concern. But maybe that would change in the future. Maybe we get to a point where, yeah, things will slow down. And then we need to get new games and stuff in the rotation, which would be fine. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'd be okay checking it out. We just haven't really dabbled in it yet. It hasn't presented itself as something necessary for my streams yet. There you go. Playcool says, I understand. I was here for Baldur's Gate 3. I recall it all well and how disappointing Dragon's Dogma 2 was. You remember, for those who don't know, because many of you maybe were not watching me back then. So Baldur's Gate 3 comes out. I outright tell everyone in my audience, I know my audience, and this is not going to work. If your guys are saying it's an 80-hour game, which, by the way, it was over 120 hours. But if you're saying it's an 80-hour game, I know my audience. You'll tune in for like a couple streams, and within like a week, 2 weeks, people won't care anymore. I'll end up stuck with this game that I'm playing that no one wants, and it's going to kill my streams. So I started playing it, and basically here's what happened. 2-3 weeks, it worked. It died out. But then what happened was we had a few people who really wanted it. So even though attendance on the Baldur's Gate 3 streams was abysmally bad, it always was very low and very slow, and only like maybe 10 people would even talk the entire stream. There'd be 1 or 2 people who would come by every stream and throw incredible support. Someone was consistently coming by and giving me $100 tips to keep playing Baldur's Gate 3. So because basically it was privately financed, I did a 120+ hour playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3, doing all of the content and everything, right? The good news was it was profitable for me. The bad news was, I'm not exaggerating, it killed the momentum of my channel. Like, no, my views went way down, my attendance went way down, the engagement went way down. And so I had to bounce back from that. I had to start playing big variety and basically say to everyone, I can't play any RPGs for a long time now because Baldur's Gate 3 literally slowed the channel down to a trickle, a crawl. And I need to get that momentum back so people will watch variety again. Like, people stopped coming by to the channel because they thought, oh, he's just going to keep playing Baldur's Gate 3. There's no variety anymore. That's kind of the problem with these insanely lengthy games. You know, as a streamer who's streaming here every day, 2 different kinds of streams. Remember, I don't just stream the same game all day. First stream, I usually do 2-3 hours of one game. Late stream, I usually do around 2-3 hours of another game. So if I'm doing 3-hour streams and I'm doing that, even if I do it like 3-4 times a week, the most you're going to get is like 10-12 hours of a game. If the game is 120 hours long, that means 10 weeks, 2.5 months of the same game. Yeah, my audience will get tired. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a natural thing that's going to happen. So that's why I got to be careful whenever you say, are you going to play Yakuza Kiwami? Are you going to play Dragon Quest VII Remake? Are you going to play this other insanely long game? This insanely long game? I have to balance my content so it's not always just a crazy long narrative-based game that ends up taking me months and months to beat, because then no one ends up being happy. You know what I'm saying? Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I've heard about that one. I've heard about that one, that people really like that one. It's very old now at this point, right? And that's when they just had the sequel, and the sequel apparently sucked. Everyone hates it, which is disappointing. Okay. Well, I really like hanging out with all you guys. I hope you enjoyed this little, like, chill with Phil holiday session. I think what we may do is maybe, like, wrap it up, and then I'll go on a quick break, and we'll come back, and we'll probably jump into Call of Duty for a bit. We'll see how that goes, because I'm very interested to see how playing Call of Duty with this actual gaming graded keyboard and mouse, right, rather than just having the wireless RGB Logitech set that I was using, to actually use stuff that's supposed to be some of the lowest response time, best equipment for gaming. Try this out with surround sound, by the way, because I will have the surround sound headphones now for Call of Duty. I'm curious to see how I'm going to do. I might suck. I might still be horrible, and that's fine if I am, but at least to give it a go. I felt like I bought all this equipment. I might as well give it a try. I actually don't know when I'll have another game that I'll be playing keyboard and mouse, like, fully. So might as well give this a try today and see if it's any good. And go from there. All right. So we're going to do that for a bit. We don't have to do it for the whole stream, but I wanted to do at least a couple of hours of Black Ops 7 gameplay today to see how it goes with this new setup and everything. Okay. So I think we'll just a couple more minutes here. We'll wrap it up. I'll go on a break, and then I'll come back. We'll play, maybe a couple hours of Black Ops 7, and maybe we'll come back and hang out for like the last, half hour, 40 minutes of the stream to say, happy holidays to everyone before I take off for a couple days. Netcode's Evil Twin says, I'm headed to the store. What cut water should I get? Well, I tried 3 of them. Mai Tai, Mango Margarita, White Russian. Mai Tai, no lie, tasted exactly the same as the Mai Tai that I get at a restaurant. So if you like Mai Tais, that fruity, it's like tropical, but also like cherry flavor, you're going to love that. White Russian was delicious. It was like a very tasty cream liqueur, had coffee flavor, but then it had the alcohol, the vodka in it, and it was exactly the right ratio. It was very tasty. The Mango Margarita just didn't do it for me at all. It was like a little sour, not sweet enough. It didn't taste enough like a mango, and it left an aftertaste in my mouth. So actually, the Mango Margarita, I just didn't like. Now, I know they have others. I saw they have a Moscow Mule. I like Moscow Mules, but I didn't try theirs. I think they have like a lemon flavor one. They have like 3 or 4 others that I haven't tried yet. So I don't know about those. But out of the ones I tried, you want fruit flavor, go for Mai Tai. You want like a creamy coffee, flavor, go for the White Russian. Now people are saying Cutwater sucks. Tommy says, Cutwater gives me a headache, so try Buffalo Trace. What is Buffalo Trace? I don't know about that. We were talking about Cutwaters. Yes, we were, Soldier Dude. Or Solider Dude. Do you like Cutwater? I've only just started trying them in the last couple of weeks, and I found a couple of them pretty good. Mai Tai it is? Yeah. Merry Christmas to you, Netcode's Evil Twin. I'm telling you, the Mai Tai was seriously tasty. I was shocked. I thought it was going to be like sugary and like not good flavor, but it tasted just like the Mai Tai that I used to get at a restaurant near here. Bam, bam, bam. Rock and roll Christmas, baby. This even sounds like Christmas music. Listen, it sounds like there's jingle bells in it. It's funny. All right, guys. So last minute, anything you guys want to talk about, or shall we just wrap it up and get ready for Call of Duty? What do you think? Oh, I had some alcoholic eggnog last week, and I didn't like it. The one that I bought ended up being way too sweet. See, eggnog can go all these different ways. It could have more of a nutmeg flavor, more of a cinnamon flavor, more of an actual deep, like creamy, eggy flavor, or it could end up being really sweet. The one I bought, it was way too much sugar. So I ended up not liking it, and I actually don't even think I'm going to finish it. I might just get rid of it. Like, if it's too much sugar, it's like drinking a confection. I don't want to be eating frosting in a cup. You know what I mean? Yeah, I loved the White Russian. I had it yesterday. It was super duper good, Solider Dude. All right, everyone, thank you for a nice early chill vibes here. I hope that everyone enjoyed. If you're watching this on demand, I hope you just enjoyed the nice 90 minutes of chill that I just had with the audience for Christmas Eve. May have another final video. We'll see. But everyone out there, listen, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Have a great few days. I wish you the best. I hope you have a great time with your families. I love the chill vibes that we have now around here. I think things are a lot better and a lot different, don't you? So I appreciate that very, very much, and I wish you all the best. If I don't see you for gameplay, I'll see you come this weekend when I'm back after the holidays and we'll get caught up. I'll tell you about everything that I was up to. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas, my friends.